This is Dashcam, a found footage horror movie that has restored my will to live. Shoo! This is a naked man riding a bike with nothing but a helmet and a stuffed drawstring backpack. What could be in the bag? How does his gooch feel? And this is...
I'm Annie Hardy, and you're watching Bandcar, the internet's #1 live improvised music show broadcast from a moving vehicle.
In real life, she actually has an active YouTube channel and did a live stream series called Bandcar,
where she drives around LA in the middle of the night and gets people to comment in random words, which she works into a song. She improvises a song as she drives around.
Which is the inspiration for this movie.
Yes, lockdown, getting it on. Having to fuck your own dad, come on.
And in this movie, her character is very much hilarious, deranged, misunderstood streamer girl. Oh brother, I need it. There's her hilarious room, this hilarious sign on the door,
Meow.
and her hilarious dialogue.
I recognize that nose and all that comes swelling out of his mouth anyway.
She flies to London to see her friend Stretch, who has this nickname because he allegedly used to stretch booty holes back in the day when he was in a band and had groupies. Do not bring your girl to the party if Stretch is there. That man is a freak. And Annie literally goes to London just to be demented. She sneaks into Stretch's house, spits on her hand, that of which is pretty thick, and then slaps the shit out of him.
Rub it together.
Doing this with hand sanitizer is all-time dickhead behavior. She's supposed to be this conservative conspiracy theorist, but it seems like she's either playing a character or trying too hard to be unlikable.
Yo, MAGA Stretch, you fucking libtard bitch. You can't cancel me, I don't exist.
After doing way too much, Stretch's girlfriend tells him to kick Annie out, which leads to her stealing his car and phone and door dashing for him. She pulls up to this geeker restaurant called the Beano Cafe, where there's no order to deliver, but instead a woman who asks her to take this elderly woman named Angela to a location. Annie is initially like, nah, I'm good, but changes her mind when the woman throws her some money to play with. Huh? You can't even criticize this because it makes so much sense for her character. So she takes Angela, and we begin to see that the writers of this movie were on a strict diet of Bang Energy, Viagra, and a singular Filet-O-Fish infused with horse tranquilizer that was split between all of them. While in the car, Angela shits herself, and it's like a nasty Chipotle shit. They have to pull over to a diner, and as Annie is cleaning her up, she sees an Ariana Grande tattoo on her stomach. I mean, she does have some bangers. This is followed by a woman coming in the bathroom looking for Angela, even though they're not where they're supposed to be going yet, and this happens. The random woman tries to talk to Angela, who is now changing the channel on the TV without a remote, so she has powers. Annie runs out of the Beano Cafe, and Stretch pulls up after tracking her through her stream, and Angela has literally teleported into the back seat of her car. They start driving away without questioning this too much, but end up stopping and getting out to argue about what to do with Angela, because for some reason Annie cares so much about her safety. So Angela's in the car by herself, and we get this pretty creepy scene where she just slowly opens her eyes and stares directly at the camera, and then bleeds from her mouth while making alien noises. It's fucked, but in a subtle way. The lack of a score, this creepy stare, the way the blood slowly comes in, it's good tension. I was kind of spooked. A car then drives by and the headlight transitions to Angela leaving the car. She never properly wiped her ass after soiling herself. Soiled it. And somehow after all this, Annie is losing viewers on her stream, which simply is not realistic. And the chat would be way more lit than this. Like, come on. All this for a drop of cum. Stretch goes to look for Angela in the dark, scary wilderness and finds her standing in a tree like a fucking Naruto character. So like any rational person, he runs away. Like you would think this is a normal response, but the chat just starts calling him a pussy in the craziest ways. All talk, no balls. Pussy. Do you always run away from your problems? Limp dick poser. What a loser cuckfuck. Pussy. After the pressure gets to him, Stretch decides to climb the tree and try to get Angela to come down. You saw her calmly standing on a tree branch, not saying a single word, and decided to climb up. Then he falls and fucks the whole stream up. So no one sees Angela floating down from the tree. Andy could have gotten clout and rich as fuck off of NordVPN deals, but this man sold. It's sickening. Then the woman from the Beano Cafe somehow finds them, even though this is how we last saw her. And she has a shotgun. But like seriously though, how is she tracking Angela? They hide in this old van, Stretch accidentally steps on a used needle stick, and the stream is still down.
Do you have a boner right now?
Fuck you.
Well, I mean, you are a freak bitch. We're back live and the shotgun woman is gone, so Annie and Stretch try to leave. But Angela is standing in the middle of the road. Annie, for some reason, checks on her and sees that her mouth is bleeding and brings her back to the car, where she discovers that Angela's mouth is stapled shut. Push her out of the car and drive away. Now. The way this movie continuously ramps up its insanity throughout the runtime is honestly ridiculous, but I like it. Angela makes her finger into a cute little hook, rips her mouth open, and is just like, more. They crash head on into another car and the driver flies through the windshield. More. The car blows up. More. Angela, I believe, teleports her and Annie away from the burning cars, starts tweaking and crashes the stream once again. Then Annie runs back to the cars, where we see the people that they crashed into and killed were a newly married couple, and Annie puts this hoodie over the wife's body. Like what? I would consider this movie a horror comedy, and I think it actually has a good mix of both, whereas usually I feel like these types of movies focus a lot more on the comedy side. Like there's a scene where Annie makes Stretch go bar for bar with her, followed by a jump scare with Angela taking a bite out of her neck.
Your rhymes are so bad. They make my butthole cringe. Give me another one.
If you had red hair, then they'd call you a ginger.
It's a great mix. They run away and flag down a car that of course just so happens to be the shotgun woman, who runs them over. Annie tries to steal her car but crashes when she gets shot at, and then the woman tries to reach into the car, but Annie snaps her arm and rolls up the window to trap her. Realizing the massive content opportunity, she decides to interview the woman. Also, the stream is finally popping off. The woman reveals that she is actually Angela's mom and that Angela is 16. Yes, that Angela. And she even shows a picture of a younger version of Angela with the same Ariana Grande tattoo. Oh my god, are you serious? Angela pulls up and rips her mom's head off, fucks the stream again, and starts acting like Andrew from Chronicle. They get separated for a little, but Stretch ends up finding Annie at an abandoned amusement park inside the epic teacup ride. But Angela shows up and unfortunately rips his throat open. How'd she find them? She has powers. Shut the fuck up. R.I.P. Stretch though. That man has definitely fucked a Jamaican beef patty before. Annie drives away and we see Angela running very fast behind her. Yeah! She crashes the car and Angela is somehow able to rip through the back seat without making any noise. And then she just attacks. Annie ties her up with the seatbelt, but Angela once again turns into Andrew from Chronicle and throws the car into a lake. What do I even say about this? Annie escapes and... oh my god! She wanders through the wilderness and finds a random house that happens to have an open door. It also just so happens to be, and you guessed it, the place that the woman from the Beano Cafe told her to take Angela. She runs into a room and sees demon shit on the wall and a bunch of tweakers that just slice their throats simultaneously.
Oh, if you're trying to hit it, look on the TD, RBC, Scotiabank, RBC.
I'm guessing these are cult members. Angela, of course, shows up and attacks. Annie then kills her, but a fucking alien comes out of her mouth.
You stupid ass bitch.
However, when it is not using Angela as a host, it's a fraud. So Annie kills it with a keyboard and hops on stream afterwards. I honestly wish I had more to say, but I don't. Like, this movie is so insane that by the time the alien comes out of her mouth, I was kind of just like, huh. This is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Did you know that Rob Savage, who really fuck up Jason Blum, had sex with his mom?
She's rapping the credits. This is hard. I don't give a fuck.